So we're all having a baby.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
What does it truly mean to survive? Is it just the act of drawing breath, of seeing another sunrise, or does survival demand a sacrifice? The sacrifice of the lighter person you used to be. The person who could afford the luxury of a careless joke, of easy laughter. The Last of Us poses this question, but it's two versions, the game and the TV show.
If you'd rather let the men handle it.
Give us two profoundly different answers. They give us two different Ellies. One is a survivor, the other one is a character in a TV show. And believe me when I say this, they are not the same. The Ellie we meet in The Last of Us Part 2 is not the same child we left at the end of the first game. She is quiet. She's guarded now. She is heavy. And she is one of the most psychologically realistic portraits of a trauma survivor ever put to screen. Every action she takes is informed by the weight of her past, the loss, the violence, the lies she feels in her bones. The game makes a brave, deliberate choice not to sand down her rough edges. She is difficult. She is obsessive at times. She is cold. Her humor, when it appears, is bitter and sharp. A tool used to keep people at a distance, rather than bring them closer. The game understands that her trauma isn't just a backstory. It is the very lens through which she now sees the world. And nowhere is this realism more powerful, more unflinching, than in a quiet moment on a tractor in a farmhouse. You know which one I'm talking about. Apart from that, this scene is a masterclass. When Dina reveals she's pregnant, look at what Ellie does, or rather, what she doesn't do.
What?
There is no big emotional outburst. There is no witty comeback. There is just wait. Her face falls. Her eyes look distant.
What are we supposed to do now?
You can see the dozen calculations happening in her mind at once. The brief flicker of joy is instantly extinguished by the terrifying reality of the world. A baby isn't a blessing. It's a vulnerability. It is a soft, fragile thing that can be taken away in an instant. It's another person to lose.
Well, you're a burden now, aren't you?
Her reaction is quiet, internal, and burdened. It is the reaction of a soldier, of a survivor who has learned that hope is the most dangerous currency of all. It's serious and it's real. It's the reaction of a real person. The HBO show, in its quest to adapt the plot, makes a series of small, almost imperceptible choices that fundamentally change this character. It creates a different Ellie. An Ellie who often feels less like a survivor shaped by her world, and more like a character written to please a television audience. The show is peppered with these moments. Moments of levity, of modern-sounding, quirky dialogue that feels disconnected from the brutal reality we are supposed to be in. The intention is clear, to make her more likable, I guess, more relatable to a mass audience. But in doing so, it creates a narrative disconnect, a crack in the psychological realism. And again, there is no better evidence of this than that same crucial scene. When Dina reveals her pregnancy in the show, her reaction is, to be polite, different. It's lighter, it's played almost as a moment of awkward, comedic surprise. The line readings, the timing, it feels like a scene from a different kind of show. A sitcom, you can say. The weight is gone. The immediate crushing understanding of the stakes is replaced by a moment of quippy levity. And this is a choice, from the writing to the direction to the performance. Everyone is at fault. It prioritizes a moment of audience comfort over the character's psychological truth. It feels wrong, not just because it's different from the game, but because it feels inconsistent with the gravity of the world that the show has otherwise built relatively well. It doesn't feel like Ellie. So why was this change made? One can only speculate, but it points to a common dilemma in prestige television. There is a fear of making your protagonist truly unlikable, especially a young female protagonist. There is a pressure to give the audience moments of charm and humor to latch onto, to soften the edges of a dark story. The game, as a medium, perhaps allows for more difficult protagonists. We inhabit them, we are them, we understand their motivations from the inside out. Television keeps us at a distance though. We are watching them, and so the writers may have felt the need to make sure we were always on her side, always charmed by her, even when it meant sacrificing a layer of her hard-earned trauma. The show seems to believe that for us to care about Ellie, we have to like her in a conventional way. But the game knew better. The game knew that we would love Ellie not because she was charming, but because she was real. I don't know what's so hard about this. She was real. People like real people. Oh my god. And this is the final footnote. This isn't just about a preference for one version over another. The two Ellies represent two opposing philosophies of storytelling. One is a story about the hard, ugly, and honest truth of what it means to be a survivor. It dares to present a protagonist who is fractured, difficult, and not always pleasant to be around, trusting that the audience is intelligent enough to understand the profound humanity beneath the scars. The other is a story that, at key moments, chooses to be a more comfortable television show. It sands down the difficult edges, it injects levity where it doesn't belong, and it prioritizes likability over psychological truth. The game made the brave choice. It honored the weight of its own narrative. It respected its character enough to let her be truly broken by her world. And it respected its audience enough to let us sit with that uncomfortable, profound reality. The show might have tried to give us a survivor, but the game gave us a person, and that is a world of difference.